Welcome to the TOEFL IBT speaking test. In this section, you will complete 4 tasks designed to measure your English speaking abilities. Follow the instructions carefully and speak clearly into the microphone when prompted. Let's begin with the first task, Task 1, Independent Speaking Task Question. Do you agree or disagree with the following statement? It is more important to have strong problem-solving skills than strong communication skills in the workplace. Listening, campus conversation, a conversation between 2 students about the new policy. Student A, finally. I've been spending so much money just to park on campus. This will save me a lot of money each month. Student B, sure, but I'm worried it'll make parking even harder to find. If it's free, everyone will want a spot, and there'll be way more competition. Student A, that's true, but the university could create more spaces or improve public transportation options to deal with that. Student B, maybe, but what if they just raise tuition to cover the cost? It's not really free if we end up paying for it in other ways. Student A, I don't think they'd do that without a lot of backlash. Plus, free parking will make it easier for commuter students like me to focus on classes instead of stressing about parking fees. Listening, Professor's lecture. In her lecture, the professor elaborates on observational learning with examples. She explains how children learn social manners, such as saying please and thank you, by watching their parents or teachers model polite behavior. She also describes how new employees in a workplace observe experienced colleagues to learn specific tasks or workplace etiquette. Finally, she highlights how observational learning is used in media, like instructional videos or online tutorials, where viewers replicate demonstrated behaviors without direct interaction. Task 4, Integrated Speaking Task, Academic Lecture, Listening, Professor's Lecture. In her lecture, the professor discusses the phenomenon of bioluminescence, a natural process where living organisms produce light through chemical reactions. She explains that bioluminescence involves a molecule called luciferin, which reacts with oxygen in the presence of an enzyme called luciferase. This reaction produces light, and the color of the light depends on the specific chemical composition in each organism. The professor goes on to describe the diverse uses of bioluminescence, attracting prey. She details how certain deep-sea fish, such as the anglerfish, use a glowing lure to attract smaller fish. The anglerfish dangles a bioluminescent appendage in front of its mouth, tricking prey into swimming closer. Communication, fireflies, which are commonly seen in summer evenings, use bioluminescent flashes to communicate. Each species of firefly has a unique flash pattern that helps males and females identify each other during mating. The professor also explains that communication isn't limited to mating. Some marine organisms use light signals to warn others of nearby predators. Defense mechanisms. Many marine animals, such as squid and jellyfish, use bioluminescence as a defense strategy. For example, a squid might release a cloud of glowing liquid to distract predators while it escapes. Similarly, jellyfish emit bursts of light to startle predators or attract larger predators to scare off their attackers. The professor concludes by noting that bioluminescence is especially common in deep-sea environments where sunlight doesn't penetrate. She emphasizes how this adaptation gives organisms a significant survival advantage in such extreme conditions, whether it's for finding food, escaping predators, or reproducing.
Answer: I agree that strong problem-solving skills are more important in the workplace because they are essential for addressing challenges and ensuring progress. For example, in technical fields like software development, the ability to debug code or find innovative solutions to technical problems can determine the success of a project. Problem-solving skills also promote independence, allowing employees to handle unexpected situations without always relying on others. While communication skills are valuable for teamwork and collaboration, they often complement problem-solving rather than replace it. For instance, an employee with excellent problem-solving skills can create tangible results even with minimal communication, but strong communication without problem-solving often fails to produce solutions. In a fast-paced, competitive workplace, the ability to identify and resolve issues efficiently is what truly drives success. Answer: the students have opposing views about the elimination of parking fees. Student A is in favor of the policy, arguing that it will ease financial stress for students, especially for commuters who already face significant expenses. They believe the university can handle increased demand by creating more parking spaces and improving public transportation options. On the other hand, Student B is skeptical about the policy, raising concerns that free parking will lead to overcrowding, making it harder for students to find spaces. They also worry that the university might compensate for the lost revenue by raising tuition, which would ultimately burden students indirectly. I agree with Student A's perspective. Eliminating parking fees directly benefits students by reducing their expenses and making parking more accessible. Since the university has clarified that funds for this initiative will come from a surplus budget, concerns about tuition increases seem less likely. Additionally, expanding parking facilities or offering alternative transportation options can address the demand issue effectively. Overall, this policy is a step toward supporting student needs without adding unnecessary stress. Answer: observational learning, also known as social learning, is when individuals learn behaviors by watching others instead of through direct experience. According to the professor, this process has 4 stages: attention, retention, reproduction, and motivation. The learner must observe the behavior, remember it, be able to replicate it, and have a reason to do so. One example is how children learn polite behaviors like saying please and thank you. By observing parents or teachers consistently demonstrating these behaviors, children imitate and adopt them into their interactions. Another example involves new employees in the workplace. They often watch experienced colleagues to learn how to perform tasks or behave professionally. Such as responding to emails or handling customers, these examples demonstrate how observational learning occurs in everyday life. It's an efficient way to acquire new skills and social norms without needing direct teaching. Whether in childhood development or workplace training, observational learning plays a key role in shaping behavior. Answer: bioluminescence is the production of light by living organisms through chemical reactions involving luciferin and luciferase. The professor explains that this ability helps organisms survive in dark environments by serving various purposes like attracting prey, communication, and defense. For example, the anglerfish uses bioluminescence to attract prey in deep-sea environments where food is scarce. It has a glowing appendage near its mouth that tricks smaller fish into approaching, making it easier to capture them. Fireflies, on the other hand, use bioluminescent flashes to communicate, especially during mating. Each species of firefly has a unique flashing pattern, which helps them identify and locate potential mates. Squid and jellyfish use bioluminescence as a defense mechanism. Squid, for instance, can release a glowing substance to confuse or distract predators, giving them time to escape. Similarly, jellyfish emit sudden bursts of light to startle predators or draw attention to larger predators nearby, creating an opportunity to flee. These examples highlight how bioluminescence provides significant survival advantages, especially in dark or deep-sea environments where traditional survival strategies might not be effective. It is an extraordinary adaptation that enhances feeding, reproduction, and protection in unique ways.